What is going on, everybody, to another episode of Kicking It with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are taking the industry by storm. And today, we have the pleasure, the honor, and distinction of sitting down with legendary artist Sky. Sky, nice to meet you, my man. Thank you for coming in and kicking it with me today, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
You know, I just want to jump right into it, right? First, before the interview started, you guys may not know this watching this. I had to ask Sky, like, what should I call you? Because you got Sky, you got Bobby Rose. Where do these names come from exactly, and how did this exactly become the persona that you developed today?
Yeah. So well, the Bobby Rose thing, that's just been kind of a running joke. Me and one of my best friends, his name's Jacob Steger. I refer to him as Steegs. I used to live in California a while ago, and me and Steegs, there was like a whole summer when I really got into like music. He bought an interface, he bought a mic. Like Jacob was literally like the first person that was like, bro, you should try to actually do this. Cause like we would just mess around, but sometimes it would come out kind of hard. And
Right.
he was like, bro, like you should really try. So I was like, all right. And there was one night dude, I have like a really big love for Bob Ross. Like I'm an art major, so like I like to paint and draw and all that stuff. So
Honestly, I wasn't gonna say it, but your whole aesthetic, I mean, you have a love for Bob Ross. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, that's the guy, man. But
Yeah.
there'd be times he had a pool house. Jacob had a pool house, and we would go in there, man. We would literally smoke. We'd make music, and we would have Bob Ross on the TV, bro, just on a constant loop.
Yeah.
And there was one night, like Jacob was just being funny, bro, and he was like, "Man, look at this man, Bobby Rose, with the brush stroke." And I was like, "Bro," I sat there for a sec. I was like, "Wait, what'd you say?" He's like, "Man, look at this man, Bobby Rose," and I was like, "Bro," instantly that night, which was maybe 8 years ago, bro, I changed my my @ to Bobby Rose, bro. And it's stuck with me. Sometimes I'll have like jobs, people refer to me as Bobby Rose, like people like, I don't know, it just kind of like became a thing. So like, yeah, it really just stemmed from me and one of my best buds just being goofy, bro. Like that's what it came from.
Right.
But my actual name is Skylar. So my artist name, I just cut it in half. I just Sky. That's
right.
pretty much how I did that. But yeah.
So then where did the transition go from saying I wanted like Bobby Rose, this name that came out of, you know, comedy, goofdom, and then professional, all right, I'm gonna go into this a little bit more seriously, Sky, period. Where was that decision made?
Well, dude, actually, I'll just be real with you. My name, it used to be Luke Sky. That's what it used to be.
Like Star Wars, yeah.
So like I'm a big nerd, bro. Like I love Star Wars. So I was like, okay, maybe I could run with that. But then after a while, I was just like, bro, I'm jacking someone's whole name. Like,
right.
I gotta like create my own thing. Like I don't want to just be like, oh, like that's like the Star Wars. Like I don't, no. So my dad's nickname, he was actually, his nickname was Sky. And he played basketball. He could jump out the gym. So I kind of did it like for myself, but also like as like my pops, like a little bit, you know what I mean? Right. So like, and I think like my dad, he was like the first person to graduate from his side of the family. So he's always like been like an inspiration for me. Right. But little does he know that or not, but I just wanted to like somehow incorporate that because like I got my actual name from his nickname. So I was like, all right, Sky, like that sounds like it's easy. It's 3 letters. It don't take a lot to remember it. Like, yeah. So that's why I came to that. It's more like mature than like Luke Sky. And then it's a little bit off because like I have an idea to make like harder music with like aggressive drums, like hard stuff with the name Bobby Rose. And then like my actual like serious music when I'm like talking about stuff, when I'm talking about like heartbreak, love, all that stuff, like I want to keep that like Sky so I could kind of be like, I don't know if it's like an alter ego or whatever, but I always like fucked with how Mac Miller did his shit, how he had Delusional Thomas. You remember that?
Right.
Yeah, and like he would have all like the voices just super pitched out, like it didn't even sound like him, but it was like an alter ego. And I always just like really, I fucked with that idea of like super hard. So hopefully like that's what I can get it to one day. That's what I want
Right,
to
and
be
I
able to
was
do.
thinking that's kind of where my mind was going, and where you had Sky that does the more slower tempoed. I'm thinking smoking a cigarette, watching the rain hit the window pane type music, right? And then Bobby Rose is the more upbeat, rager style mosh pit music. So is that something that you kind of also want to toy with your versatility, and sort of is that why you have essentially, if you go through your catalog, such a diverse number of remixes, covers, and things like that? Like you're just testing out different elements of your range.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, totally. I mean, uh, thankfully I was able to like meet Dom.
Right,
Shouts to
right.
Dom, by the way. Shouts to Dom and shouts to Jack too. I was able to come across them. Jack actually found me because I had like a promo on a underground rap page, and Dom was telling me like I would show him some of my songs of me like singing, because I always was like, man, if I'm gonna like rap, like I need to rap, bro. Like I
Right,
gotta
right,
have
right,
fun. Like
right.
I need to let people know I
Yeah,
really can
right.
like rap, like opposed to just like singing and all that. Like I really wanted to just prove that I have like I could spit. So Dom was just like, man, I really think you should take like the singing side and like tapping into your actual feelings more seriously, opposed to
Right.
just spitting, just like dropping mad bars for no reason. Like he's
Right,
like
right,
more
right.
like condense it and make it like flow better. So that was like that's what I'm working on the most right now. Just like my melodies and actually like having a purpose to a song. Like what am I actually like talking about? Because it's cool to just like get off mad bars. It's cool to like just get on a like slapping beat and just bar the
Right,
shit out. But
right, right, right.
it's like what would I like to be remembered for? And I would love to be remembered for like, okay, this dude actually like he got bars, but he actually be talking about like real shit.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say in terms of like now and getting to this polished, refined, sort of developing your own niche, your own style. You have throwaways, and then you have like EPs and singles. Like you have the Chameleon, you have the Let Me Borrow This EP, where you're taking a whole bunch of remixes and stuff like that. So where do you make the decision where something's either a throwaway or something that is going towards a body of work, going towards a project?
That's a good question. For me, I feel like I've actually that's a good question, bro. I've never
Hey
thought
man, you
about
know
that.
it's what I do. It's I've been
No,
doing
that's
this
a
for
good
quite a
ass
long
question.
time, you know.
Um, well, for me, I feel like a throwaway, it takes me less time to do than if
Okay.
I were to actually like, because I make a lot of music, and
Right.
sometimes like I'll just be sitting on songs and I'm like, I'll go back and listen to it maybe like 2 weeks later. I'm like, you know what, this isn't at the highest level that I can make a song, but like this still, I still like how this sounds. Like maybe someone
Right.
will
Right.
actually like fuck with it just at its current state. So I'm like, I just want to get that out, because I also do have a problem with like just hoarding my songs, bro. Like I be super critical and stuff. So I did get a lot better at just like putting them out. So I would say like that's the difference between when I put like a throwaway out, or like when I actually have like a song that I really want people to see. And
Right.
then
Right.
same with like promo and stuff. Like I'll promo it differently. Like a throwaway, I might just put it on SoundCloud and throw it on my story. But like an actual, if I'm actually like making a tape or like something I really would like people to listen to, then yeah, like I'm a promo it correctly and all that. But yeah, no, that was a good question, bro. I've never thought about that.
Hey, you know it's what I do. It's what I
My
do.
guy, my
So,
guy out here, man. Nah, that's a good question.
so then, where are you now? Essentially, like you say, you live in California. Where are you now, and where how is that sort of affecting your creative process as well?
Yeah, bro. So currently right now I'm in school. I'm in Kansas actually, just random. But I got here because one of my friends, his name is Ryan. He lives in Hayes. I live in Hayes, Kansas.
Mhm.
He works at the university. I go to Fort Hays State,
Okay.
and I was talking to him like we had like a group, like a bunch of our buddies from middle school. We meet up every once in a while and we go on like a trip. And last
Right.
time
Right.
we were in Arizona, I was talking to Ryan and he's like, man, like you should really get back into school, because there was just like avoid in me. Like I went to school the first time in 2015. I was on like a baseball scholarship. I was
Oh,
at
nice.
I was at like Doane University. It's in Nebraska.
Okay.
So I was there for 2 years. I ended up chipping a bone off my knee, and I had to stop playing. But then I'm gonna be real, bro. Like I've always never really liked school, and like when that happened, I was just like I was over a lot of shit, and I left. I left for 5 years, so I was just moving around. I lived in Newport Beach for a year with some friends. Lived in Colorado for another year. Went back to Nebraska. The last place I was before I came back to Kansas was Vegas, which is like what I call home. That's where I go back to. That's where my mom's is. But yeah, he was basically just like, bro, like get back into school. So I came here. This is where I am. But as far as like a creative process, I will say like sometimes it hinders me because I don't have too much out here. Like there's not too much to do. I mean, it's always cool. Like you can always like hang out with girls and stuff. Like I love hanging out with women because that's like really like I feel like I get a lot of my like sauce and ideas and stuff hanging out with girls, like for real. Even if they're just like friends of mine, like I don't even have to be like getting at you. Just like being around like feminine energy, that shit like really be helping me a lot. Like
Mac Miller made a whole album about it. The Divine
Bro, yeah. No, facts. Yeah, there's just something different about like picking a female's brain opposed to just like always talking to dudes all the time.
Right.
It's cool to like have both, but I don't know, like, because when I really get into my like emotional shit, like talking to women, like that shit really is
right.
That's something for me. So, but yeah, man, I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, so there's not much. Like, there's no balls. Like, there's not really shit to do, bro. But I mean, that's like the one thing that's I don't think I ever have like, and knock on wood, I don't really ever have writer's block, bro. Like if I sit down or if I have a thought, like it might take me a little bit longer than it takes like some songs, but I'll come up with something like something.
Right. I would say like going through all those different experiences and going through all these different places and interacting with all these different people is already giving you a massive toolbox to utilize in places where there is, the middle of nowhere. But same with me. Like I live in Vermont, and I live in. I mean, essentially, this is the most happening area where I live in Vermont in the entire Green Mountain state of Vermont. So I definitely understand where it is to, just essentially just be out there, and it doesn't seem like a lot is going on. But I guess it definitely does make you look at things that you've been overlooking when you have been, going through your life and going through all these different experiences. And I would say though, none of these experiences are on your social media presences, right? Is that also a choice that you make, and where you don't really interact on the user interface of social media more? You rather interact on the platform of music, listening to music, sharing your music, sharing yourself through music.
Yeah, because yeah, man, I've always even when Instagram was created, I never have like I've never been the one to like post a lot, bro. I never have. I don't do it for like to be like mysterious. Like I really like, I wish I was Frank. Like I wish I had like an explanation. I swear to you, bro. I don't like, I just never, I don't really get any pics off. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be around like any of my friends that, I don't know, because as a dude, bro, it's weird to ask another dude, like, yo, flick me up, bro. Like, if you don't really, like, know that person, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes I just, man, I just don't be getting pics off. But yeah, and then my thing is always like, I'm like, I do this shit because I like really love it, bro. I'm not doing this shit to like look cool. I could care like if you come to my page and you see like 50 pictures of me and my music sounds like shit, like what does that matter? You know what I mean? Right. But if you come to my page and you maybe, because I only have 2 posts, so like maybe one of the 2 posts you interact with and you're like, okay, like this seems to be like a musically based page. So I try to keep it like just that, because I don't know, man. I just really want people to like listen to my music. I don't give up, like I don't care to like look cool. Like I really don't. I don't care to post. Like I don't really care for you to like, oh, let me show you my new shoes. Like, bro, I don't like, listen to my music, bro. That's why I do this. I'm not here to, That's really why. That's really why. I need to get better, bro. I really do need to get better, but shoot, it is what it is, man.
I mean, hey, I don't think you need to just do anything. Like you said, I mean, you're a music artist. It's the music that should be speaking for you. Granted, though, you should
Right.
definitely be posting the music, but that comes in time in its own. So, and now moving forward, right? Like, what can we expect from you this year, next year? You know, just from Sky in general, I guess.
Yeah. So this year I plan on dropping at least 5 projects.
Wow.
Um yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to go crazy this year. But I'm gonna try to drop 5 projects. The first one that I'm gonna drop, like I'm not gonna count the remixes as
Right,
like
right,
one
right.
of them, but uh like I had an idea to I want to drop like a tape for a season. So like
Okay.
every single season, like so like winter, summer, spring, fall. Like I
Right,
want to
right,
drop
right, right.
4 tapes and literally name them like winter, summer, spring, fall.
Nice, nice.
And I like really want to like capture like the mood of whatever it is. So like winter, I want to have like more like darker, like more ambient type stuff because it's
Right,
cold.
right,
Like I want
right.
it to like maybe like the spring, it gets a little bit more like happier. You get like more happy melodies, stuff like that, more singing stuff. But that was just like my thought. I honestly don't have it
Right.
like fully down pack right now. I don't like, but like I have like a journal that I'd be writing in. But that was like the last thing that I like thought about. And then I wanted to do maybe like those the first 4 tapes, like I don't really want to rap as much on them. Like I kind of want
Mm.
to just do melodies, talk about like heartbreak, love, shit that I can get in my bag about.
Right, right,
And then the very last tape, like I want to just go stupid with bar. Like I just want to
right.
just ignorant shit. I just want it to be slapping like the whole shit from 1 to whatever I make it 5 or 6 or whatever it is. Like um that's my goal for this year. And also just trying to figure out how to promo correctly. Um, I feel like I've over my time of doing this, I've given a lot of money to like not really see anything like play out,
Right, right, right.
and which also sucks. Like it's like, all right, like you keep literally, it feels like you're just tossing money into a black hole,
Right,
like you have
exactly. I
no.
mean, that's the
So
process, right? But
right, which
unfortunately,
is
so.
right, which is I understand, like I totally get. It's just like after a really long time of doing it, it's like, all right, bro, I need to figure out like
Right,
what
exactly.
is
That you
gonna
gotta
work.
pivot.
Like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah, man, that's my
No, that's dope. That's dope. I like that idea as well. You know, it gives me anticipation. It gives me something to look forward to after listening to a great project and expecting something later. And then what happens in a year time, right? And then when you have all four, and it's like, ah, shit, this man just he went crazy, right? So that definitely is something I'm looking forward to. So, and now that we got into this little comfortable, you know, I like to get into a little lightning round or just know something so that when people watch this, they get to know you a little bit better.
okay.
Obviously, they want to out Valentine's Day pass, but maybe for next year, for the next album, they could get you something for that time, you know, so they're prepared. So, where has been your favorite place to have been or lived at?
Um, Shoot, bro, I would probably say Newport Beach, California. Um, I was there for 1 year, and man, bro, that is like the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Wow.
Had a I lived in a house with 5 other people, or 4 other people, including myself. I was the fifth, and we lived on 38th Street in Newport Beach, bro. And no joke, like open our front door, you like look to the right, 90 seconds, you're on the beach. Like you're literally
Wow.
standing on the beach,
Wow.
and it was just absolutely gorgeous, bro. The only thing was just like my pockets wasn't enough to live there. My pockets didn't make it, man. I couldn't do it, but that that is that is like easily the nicest place I've lived. Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
would say that where is that? Is that like Northern California, Southern California? Where is that
okay. Yeah,
located?
so Newport is Southern Cal.
Okay, okay.
Like if you're thinking like Anaheim, California, it's about
Okay,
like
right. Yeah, yeah.
30 away from there. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
So
okay.
and then San Diego about like an hour from San
Right,
Diego.
exactly.
So
Okay, okay.
yeah, but I mean,
So,
besides Illinois, I was born in Illinois, so I mean, like that's
okay.
always like going back to Chicago is great. But yeah, I would say that's probably the nicest, 100% for sure.
What are your top 3 musical influences?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Drake, Erica Badu,
Mhm.
and Mac Miller, probably, bro.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah. If I were to, yeah, I'm gonna go with those three.
And I think it's interesting that the top 2, one comes from the golden era of hip hop, right? 80s, 90s, and then 2 comes from our era, right? Like I don't really know your age, but gauging of we were the SoundCloud kids essentially. We were the kids
26,
that
bro.
grew
I'm
up on
26. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
26.
So I'm 20.
Hmm.
I'm turning 25 this year. So we
Sweet.
grew
Okay.
we grew up on listening to music on LimeWire, FrostWire, telling people to shut up so we
Facts.
can we can get
Man,
it
oh my
get
God,
it
the
on the ringtone.
download
You know what I'm
shit,
saying?
bro.
Like, man, I had an iPod. My iPod had like looking back on it, this probably was like mad space to me, but it had 5 megabytes. It had 3 songs. It had Lollipop by Lil Wayne. It had Bartender by T Pain,
Okay. Okay.
and it had Run It by Chris Brown.
Classics, man. Come
I'm
on
telling
now.
you, man. I'm telling you, on repeat, 3 songs a day.
That's funny as shit, bro. No, yeah, that's it's wild that we had to go through the most just to listen to music, bro. Like
Right,
we
right,
really had
right.
to go through the most.
Low key had to break hella laws to listen to music.
Man, man. But I do think we like our generation, I really think that we grew up like maybe in like the best time period of music
Right, I
because
think so.
bro, we were getting dog, there was years we're getting uh shit, Kids Mac Miller, we're getting Forlorn by Wale, we're
Right,
getting
right,
fucking
right,
Detroit
right,
by Big Sean. Like, bro,
right, right,
Taylor
right,
Alderdice, all these projects are free, bro. They're just
right,
gift
right.
like dog, we lived in a man, no, we came up at a
And I
solid
think
time.
also in the people like in our cohort that are making music, like yourself, like in the real appreciation of the music, because we had to go through, like for our parents, it was just get records and just move on, right? For these kids, it's download or Apple Music. But for us, we had to get CDs. Okay, but those are obsolete. Now get an iPod. Now those are obsolete. Now get a computer. Now FrostWire LimeWire is corrupted. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Facts,
had to go
bro.
through we had to go through so many different ways of getting to music just for it to change on us for the next 2 years later. It's crazy.
Man,
So
nah, you
we
right. You
definitely
100% right, bro.
appreciate music a lot better and make music, in my opinion, as we are getting into the new wave. You're being a new wave, making music a lot better. Like
Yeah,
definitely, bro.
yeah. No, facts, man. That's crazy because we back then too, like saw you would actually, which it shows people's like attention spans over the years. Like, bro,
Right.
people actually made like 4 minute, like that was like a
Yeah.
normal song length, like
Yeah. Yeah.
3:30, 3:45, 4 was like a normal song. Like now, bro, you it's like 2:30. And
Right.
even myself, like I'm not gonna act like even myself, because I adapted to that shit because no one's trying to hear me just bar some shit out for 4 minutes. Like unless I'm
Right.
Drake,
Exactly. Right.
unless I'm Cole, Kendrick, and I obviously like we not there yet. But
Right.
it's just yeah, man. Yeah, it has come a long way. It has come a long way.
Definitely. And to segue into that long way point, you've definitely come a long way as an artist, right? And gained some gems. So, what are 3 lessons that you want to embark to that next person trying to aspire to do what they want to do and follow their passions as well?
Yeah, no facts. The first one, I feel a lot of people say, bro, be yourself.
Right.
Like, be yourself. I'm not no tough ass nigga, bro. I'm not no person that's gonna walk you down, bro. I'm not like, and niggas can feel that. Like people know,
Right.
bro. Like
Right. Right.
real people, like they're always gonna see through that, bro. So just be you, bro. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that shit. There's you're you for a reason, bro. You're you for a reason. And I really genuinely believe that. Like you don't gotta front, you just be yourself. Like, cause even the hardest people, bro, you go around like I got friends that are really like, like
Right.
that, but
Right.
I'm not like I'll never portray that or act like that's me, bro. Cause I didn't grow up like that. Like I'm not about to
Right.
sit here and fake my life. But at the same time, when I do go around those people and I'm myself, bro, like they fuck
They
with me for
respect
me.
that
Like they
more,
know,
honestly.
yes, like they know what's up. Cause I'm not, I don't know. I would say that's the biggest one. Be yourself. Be yourself. Two, make sure that you have, I would say 3 to 5 people that really tell you the truth about your music.
Right,
Like
right.
3 to 5, keep them close, bro. Like 3 or 5 people that not when you just send some shit, you're like, oh, bro, like this is no. You need people that are like really going to like critique you and tell you what they don't like, what they feel you could do more of, like what they want to hear more of. Because when you're constantly, if you're just only listening to yourself all the time, and you don't take any outside sources at all, bro, like I think you're hindering your creative bag, because you can't fully get into it if you're not hearing other people, bro. Like in my opinion, that would be my second one. And then last, man, shoot. Wait, ask it one more time. Ask that question one more time.
What are 3 lessons that you've learned that you want to share to someone else that's trying to follow their passions?
Okay, yeah. You do not need a big feature, or you do not need like you don't need someone with a lot of followers for you to blow up. Like you don't need to get someone like please don't drop a ridiculous amount of money for a feature, or for anyone to just like post you or so that's not really like fucking with you, bro. Like because it's easy to just throw money at, because obviously if someone's like popping, they're gonna take your money if it's and they're gonna ask you for a decent amount of it, like the followers, like everything, the whole clout. Yeah, like it's a business at the end of the day, so you're gonna have to give them money. But then when you give them money, 9.99 times out of 10, if you're not anything, bro, they're not going to promote it. They're not gonna like post it. They're not even gonna post it on their story, bro. Like forget a follow back, like forget all that stuff, which is gonna ultimately, like that shit hurts your feelings, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm a human, bro. Like I'm like that shit is not cool. So to avoid that, I would say make sure that you have your sound like 100% down packed before you even want to go work with other people. And in my opinion, like I have bought a feature, like a pretty expensive feature. I bought it one time, but if I'm like gonna work with you, I don't like the exchange of money, bro. Like I really don't. Like if you fuck with me, that's, I guess like that could also be like a fourth gem. Just like be genuine with your art, bro. Cause like I don't think, and this is just me, I don't think if you're not like popping that you should charge anyone for a feature, bro. Like if you're if you both like each other's art, like come together and just make art, bro.
And make music,
like, yeah, I don't get like and which it sucks. It's kind of like I'm going back and forth because obviously like this is a monetary thing that we're in. Like people deserve their money, like producers especially, like artists, that's one thing, but I like producers, pay them their beats like that. I believe in that, unless you get with people that like start sending you beats and you're cool with that. But yeah, no.
But if it's collaboration, then collaborate, right? Like, and even if money is involved, like don't make that the overarching premise of the whole thing. Yeah,
bro. Like if you hit me up and you find me dope, which is insane in the first place, because there's so many fucking songs being uploaded every day. There's so many artists, bro. There's new artists every single day. So the fact that you really like found me and came to me and you're like, bro, I fuck with your stuff. And then we have like a whole conversation and then you're just like, oh, but like, bro, could I get like $50?
Right.
It just make like, bro, I'm like I said, I do not care about paying producers, bro, but like be that up front, bro. Don't like try to sucker me into some shit and then at the end like, oh, by the way, I need like, bro, I don't think that's the way to go about it. Man.
I definitely think what you just shared will definitely allow people to not only be more genuine, but a little bit smarter in their decisions and, navigating, because it isn't easy being a creative. You really just want to see your work pop off. You want to, and granted, they say that's not what we want, but I think every artist wants to see their names on a billboard one day, like that's what we work hard for.
Of course. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Exactly. Like not to make an impact. So, but in doing that, we also can make a lot of dumb decisions to try and get there. So thank you definitely for sharing that wisdom from your own, past transgressions or mistakes that you've learned from as well. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to end the interview because that was so great. So thank you once again for coming in and kicking with me and sharing your piece of your story with me and with everyone that's watching this, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. Yeah, and thank you again. I like I said, it's my first interview I've ever done, bro. I'm glad I could do it with you, and I really appreciate this for real. Like, thank you.
Yeah, and thank everyone that's watching this interview at home, on your devices, on YouTube, on Instagram. You guys can check out my boy Scholar at Bobby Rose. That's Bobby Rose Rozay on Instagram. Check out his music on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify. Not on Tidal yet, but it will get on Tidal very soon, I hope. For those that have Tidal, you guys can check out this interview at the DC Voice on Instagram and YouTube. Amen. We're out of here. Peace.